What up? What up? What up? It is Saturday, not 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but it is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Late edition of Square One. I had to take care of some business. Was able to get the game together. We missing one of our players, but hopefully he'll show up. If not, then we'll catch him next time. But as usual, my two boys are with me. That's Mr. Chris Knight, Mr. Anzo. What's going on, fellas?
Doing good,
Not
man.
too
What's up, Donnie?
much.
That's good, man. It is. It is. Let me make sure I don't want to lie to you. It is 64 degrees where I'm at. God, it was a wonderful day today.
Damn.
I want to go out
Yeah, we
fishing.
got that. We got that yesterday and the day before. Today we got like 30, and then tomorrow we're supposed to get like 20, and then Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday we're supposed to be back in the
Well,
50s and
tomorrow's
60s.
supposed to be 60. So shit. I might be able to go fishing. Next week gonna be in the 70s. That's what I'm talking about.
Our weather here has been getting a little bit warmer, so hopefully it stays that
Anzo,
on that path.
Anzo, if he
Yeah,
comes up there, he ain't gonna know what to do.
yeah, I know.
I'm not coming in the wintertime. That is
Yeah, I
completely
know
What are you
that.
out of the
talking
question.
about? Like their high temp in the summer's
Shit.
like probably
The way they
60.
talking, ain't nobody gonna come up there because they got all them shits locked down. I sure ain't gonna be in all that mess.
Shit.
I guess to have some food, but if you ain't got no food, I definitely ain't coming. All right, we're gonna get right into it, man. We're gonna do a little bit of NBA. A lot of stuff going in the NBA, man. I thought it was pretty interesting talk. So we're gonna talk on that, and we're gonna transition into the NFL. But one of the main things is this big trade, man, between James Harden and Ben Simmons.
Hmm.
I've been listening to a lot of commentators in particular, um, Jalen Rose. He seems to have like an inside track and stuff. I watched a lot of um, Jacoby and Jalen, and he
Mhm.
says that this has been brewing for a while because the manager, or the owner, or is the president? I can't think. Owner, general manager, some one of the higher ups in Philly is good friends with James Harden, and that
Mm.
James Harden and this individual travel in the same circles. And that's why he held on to Ben Simmons because he knew that if he would hold out long enough, that that would be a kind of equal trade in his eyesight. And it panned out to be because they did something I would have done. They traded um, the Nets got two first round picks from Philadelphia. They got Drummond and they got Seth Curry along with Ben Simmons.
Hmm.
Philadelphia got Ben Simmons and Paul Millsap. Now, Ben Simmons is on this side of his career. Paul Millsap is on the far side of his career. He's still a producer, I guess, old veteran. But
Mhm.
did they make did they make Brooklyn stronger? Because Ben Simmons is known for his defense. Him and KD, Kyrie Irving, Seth Curry, they say that he is a what they call it 50-40, 50-90 something. One of them crazies.
Hmm.
His shooting percentage is very high. So
Mhm.
yeah, um he might have got James Harden, but James Harden has been traditionally a choker in the playoffs. He's been traditionally injured, and he has a weight problem. So what do you think? Do you think the Nets get the better end of the deal, or do you think Philadelphia get the better end of the deal? Whoever want to start.
Ooh. I think when it comes to, I don't know. I actually think it's kind of a fair deal because at least James Harden didn't play defense, but he could shoot. Ben Simmons plays defense, but he can't really shoot.
But he's a
But
scorer though.
he is a scorer, right? But he's also point guard too. So what's he gonna play? Point guard?
No, Kyrie gonna play the point guard. He may play
Right.
the point guard when they're at home when Kyrie can't play, but on the
Hmm.
road, Kyrie gonna be the point guard.
Exactly. So that puts him at two, maybe three, and those positions are like spot up shooters. You know what I mean, in that kind of way. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, and I think Harden, like I said, he don't play defense, but they didn't have nobody over there in Philly anyways because Ben Simmons was holding out. So I think it worked for both teams, to be honest with you.
Okay. What do you think, Mr. Knight?
I mean, looking at it at the surface, I'm with Anza. I think they're both going to be okay with this. But you know, you look at it, 2 first rounds and 3 pretty good people to the Nets. I think the Nets in the long run are going to get the better end of this deal. Just even with the 2 first round picks. Right now, let's see here. The 76ers are 5th in the Eastern Conference. Let's see here. Yeah, they're 5th.
What up, Samuel?
So they're going to be, they're going to make it to the playoffs. So this will help them in the playoffs probably. But you made a good point that Harden has notoriously been a choker. The Nets are in 8th, so they're what? That's the play-in spot, isn't it?
The Nets are in 8th.
8th position?
Yeah. Yep.
The
What?
Nets?
The Nets?
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, that makes sense.
I can't believe
they
that.
are.
Yeah.
They're 29 and 26. The 76ers are 33 and 22. This will probably help them shore up. The Nets have lost 10 in a row, it says.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
I did not know they stunk it up that bad.
Yeah, they did.
But I think that this might help the Nets kind of stop that bleeding. The 76ers might get the better end of this deal this year, but in the long run, I'd say the Nets are going to end up picking up something a little better because those 2 first-round draft picks, let's say they don't make it to the playoffs, those first-round draft picks, the 76ers first-round draft picks won't be as good depending on how far they go, but they've got the lottery too. So what happens if the 76ers get picked in the lottery? Does that mean that first pick goes to the Nets? Can't remember how that trade works.
I'm not sure where they get their pick if they go first in lottery, but they get 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
So if they in there, they may get this, and they may say, "Hey, Nets, we want yours because it's even better." I wouldn't give them 2. I might have given them 1. There's no way I would give them 2.
Yeah, that's why I say. I mean, this year, the way that this stacks up, it's probably going to help both. This might help the Nets at least make it to the playoffs and not to play in. And if Harden does a decent enough job and doesn't choke in the playoffs, I mean, right now they're doing good enough. There's 5th place. This might shore them up. And if you're not relying only on that, but then again, then it's a question of did Seth Curry and Simmons and Drummond, how much impact did they have on that record right now for the 76ers? I'd say give them 10 games, both of them playing on both teams, the switch, and see how it goes. I mean, if you look at this in 10 games and you see that the Nets have won like 8 out of 10, then obviously something's going right for them. And if you see the 76ers are still staying on that path of whatever they're right now, it looks like they've only won 1, but they're 7-3 in their last 10. If they stay on that, then obviously it didn't hurt them, and it keeps them pretty much where they need to be. And maybe they're a little tougher, they're a little better set up for the playoffs. But I think in the long run, the Nets got the better deal because of those 2 first-round draft picks. That's going to help them out longer because you get those guys next year. Depending on who they are, they're ready in the year. They're ready next year if they're that good of a player. So I think the tipping point on this is the 2 first-round draft picks. So I think the Nets got the better end of this deal just with that alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Nets did definitely get a good part of the deal. And
I don't know if it's going to help them this year, but again, when everybody on in this trade has retired or isn't playing at their optimal level, whatever it is, those 2 first-round draft picks could be paying dividends then. So that's the difference right there.
Part of it also too is that James Harden agreed to play the rest of this year and next, and then expect him, if he plays at his potential, to get a max contract, which would be an additional 4 years, which will make him about 37, 38 at the end of that 4 years. So they are putting their eggs in the James Harden basket. That for the next 6 years, he's going to produce. And based on what we've seen in the past, I wouldn't make that choice.
Well, here's the deal. This is when you don't let friendship get into the middle of business. Obviously, like you said, it's been in the works for a little bit. I was looking at a couple quick articles here, and basically, it looks like James Harden worked with this guy in the office
in Houston.
And when everything was ready, Harden basically said, "I want the trade." So Harden asked for the trade, and the 76ers figured out a way to give him enough to make it happen. So
there is a play that they showed just how bad Harden is. Like they inbound the ball. I think inbound the ball. I think we're playing against Washington, if I'm not mistaken, or either Philly. It might have been Philly. Anyway, the guy throws it. The ball rolls. James Harden walks towards the ball. The other player gets the ball, pick it up, goes to the other end of the court, and dunks it. He doesn't chase him or anything. When James Harden goes to the bench, nobody says anything. There was like,
the problem is this is, look at it this way: when you don't want to play, when you're done with the location or you're done with the team. We've seen it before. We've seen football players do it. We've seen baseball players. Well, you guys don't watch baseball as much as I do, but baseball players have done it. I know I've seen hockey players do it. Listen, when they don't want to be there, they're going to make it known that they don't want to be there. Whether or not it's vocally, the way they play, the things they do on that team, or the things they do out in the public, that they're going to let it known. That type of play right there tells me I don't want to be here anymore.
I'll tell you one thing. If they say something, I might become because I'm not going to try to infringe on anybody's civil rights. But if you on that court, as long as you wear my uniform, if I'm the owner, I'm going to put something in that contract. If I see you playing half-ass or blatantly half-ass or something like that, your ass going to get a still fine. That would have cost him 6 figures.
See, this is the difference, though. And you hear college coaches, especially in football, talk about this all the time. And you hear a lot of college basketball coaches talk about it too. The reason why a lot of college and football, basketball and football coaches stay there and don't ever go to the NBA or the NH or the NFL is because 1, they get to pick who they want there. 2, those kids want to play there. 3, they have more control. When you go to the NFL or the NBA, it's no longer in the hands of the coach. It is the players who make the rules because the players.
I don't have a problem with that because in college it's prostitution.
Then you get that type of play where somebody says, "Fuck this! I don't want to play. I'm not. You know what? I'm not chasing after this guy." That is a horrible thing.
That's fine. But all I'm saying is, if I see and I determine that it's blatant, because I'm the owner, I'm cutting the checks. You work for me. But if I deem that it is blatant, your ass getting a fine. That's all. Hey, you can take it or not take it.
And then they sit there and I mean, I understand what you're saying. I don't disagree with it. I'm just saying that these people, these players, when they're in the NBA and the NFL, have such an ego that they believe.
I agree with you.
Fine, you want to find me? I'm sitting down. Chad Ochocinco is like that. Odell Beckham was like that in with the Browns. Antonio Brown. That's what these players do. They don't care. And when you try to hold them accountable, they take their shirt off and they go dance around in the end zone and walk off.
I'm not going to try to hold them accountable. I'm going to try and touch their pocket. That's what I'm saying. Hey, you have the right. Just like I want to get on the road right now and I want to speed and haul ass. I know that if I get caught, there's going to be consequences. So that's fine. You ain't gonna listen to what I say. You can go. You can say I'm a motherfucker. You can say I'm a terrible owner. I don't care. But if you're on that field playing for what I'm paying you for, and I'm the owner of the Washington Redskins or whatever, and I see Enzo half-ass, and I got the video to prove it, you ain't gonna. I'm gonna take $100,000 out your pocket. That's gonna be in the contract.
I feel you.
And do you think exactly what an agent? If I'm that guy's agent, you know what I say? I said, I'll find you a better team. I'll find you a team to let you be your person. And then
not a fall 32 little boys stick together.
It doesn't happen like that, though. That's the
They did
thing.
it with
There's
Kaepernick.
and
They
this
did it with Kaepernick, Chris.
okay. Listen. That's a whole different situation. That
I'm
has
saying-
nothing to do. We
But I'm
have
saying
said this.
If they
Your
choose to
opinion-
stick together, if they choose to stick together, I'm just saying it's possible. That's what I'm saying.
For the right player, that's not how it works, because we've said it. Antonio Brown is going to play for another team, because one team out there that he is willing to go to will say, I don't care what he does, I want that player.
I'm not disputing that, Chris.
I don't know why it happened to Kaepernick. We've talked about this in multiple ways.
We arguing two different
Kaepernick-
points.
Well,
I hear what you're saying. All I'm saying is, if all the owners get together and say, "Hey, look, let's put this little caveat in the CBA, correctional bargaining agreement," that if
and then
we
the
see a
players won't
player,
sign it.
well, guess what? I pay them.
And then you're in a lockout, and that doesn't help the NFL at all. Because look at what Major League Baseball did. This is control. The players always have this control, and the Major League just did it now. They finally bowed down to what the players wanted, because they didn't want to miss this season. Because especially right now, with the way that things are, they need that money. And I mean, I agree with you. If in a perfect world they could do that, but I don't think that the owners do it. And I think, again, that's that walkout theory. If we all walk out, then the owner is going to be fucked. Well, you and 5 other guys walk out, and the 30 other guys you were relying on to walk out with you don't. You 5 are fired. The other 30 still have their job. It's a theory here that they're like, do we want to miss a whole season for $100,000? No. Not all of them are going to do that.
I hear what you're saying, but there's some players that they depend on that check. And if you put the right kind of pressure, they're going to go ahead and do. They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
Yeah, but I don't think any of the superstars are really into that. Because if you're a superstar, let's say you've been in for 5 years, you've made your bank, and then they start wanting to hit your pocketbook. You know what you do? You sit out for a season, then you go get a fucking job on ESPN or NFL Network or announcing games, and then you're making more and you're not getting hit.
Gronk did that. Did you think Belichick give a fuck because Gronk left or sit out?
No, but that's the thing. You know,
they don't care.
That's the thing.
The same thing. The same way the players don't care, there's some owners and coaches don't care. And I would be like, okay, you don't have to play. I'm sorry, but I'm going to hit your wallet. You come in here half-assing.
All I'm saying, there's always a team that's willing to say, fuck it. What do you want? I'll do whatever you want to come here.
There's a few teams that will do that, but
yeah,
it gets to a point where there's only so many or so much times you can do that.
Yes, I agree with that. After a while, you get labeled.
Whether you believe it or not, Antonio Brown is going to play out. He might got 1 or 2 more teams in him, but I guarantee if he got 1 or 2 more teams and fuck up, everybody's going to touch him.
Yeah.
The only reason why nobody's talking about the Odell Beckham and Browns thing is because Odell Beckham went out to L.A. and nothing's wrong there right now. Mm-hmm. He's playing fine. Everything's going well.
And look at Tim Tebow, the opposite spectrum. Mm-hmm. He did everything right, and nobody picked him up. Mm-hmm. So Antonio Brown gonna play out.
Well, we had that talk though about Tim Tebow. If he had gotten a tight end position, which everybody was saying there was no way in hell he should. But if they've given him one, then you start bringing into question, why does this guy get it and he's not, when he shouldn't, and why is somebody like Kaepernick not getting any chance?
I have no idea on that. Ball.
You know, there's all that stuff that goes on.
I love to be a found the wall.
Exactly. I mean, you know, again, I think the only difference between Kaepernick, in our opinions, is I don't think he was that talented. You think he was. But we both agree he got blacklisted.
Hands down.
And I'm not. And I, you know, like I said, whether or not I think he was a good quarterback or not, there's a team out there. There's always a team that needs a quarterback.
Chris, I'm going to be kind of funny with this. Who you think is a good quarterback is suspect. Because you think Tom Brady is not the GOAT. That is suspect.
That doesn't mean I don't think he's a good quarterback.
No, but I'm saying your how can I say this? Your opinion on the level of greatness from some quarterbacks, in my opinion, is questionable.
Greatness means nothing to me when it comes down to if a guy can play or not. I might not think that Peyton Manning's a great, quarterback, but he was a good quarterback. It's obvious.
So you don't think Peyton Manning was great?
I didn't say that.
I'm asking you.
What? If Peyton was great,
Yes.
he was above average. I mean, I don't think he was
Wow.
like the craziest in the world.
He won the most MVPs any quarterback in NFL history.
I understand that. But again, I go back to that in this day and age.
See, that right there, why I question you. What you said right there. That right there. Because Peyton Manning
What
is
are you
great.
questioning whether or not quarterbacks have it easier now than they did 30 years ago?
I'm not questioning that at all, but you can't blame that on them. They're playing within the rules.
No, I can't. But that doesn't mean I have to give them a pass and say that they're better than the people who had to play it in a tougher time. When a quarterback could literally rape a guy when the pass was going to him, or 10 seconds passes and some offensive lineman just says, you know what, fuck this guy, I hate this guy, and boom, plows him after the play is dead and gone. I mean, the stuff they did back in the 60s and 70s and even the early 80s was brutal. It's not like that anymore.
That's just like, let's say, movies. Back then, there was only playing within the confines of the special effects of what they had. Now movies are better. That's like somebody saying Star Wars, for instance, is considered a great movie. But some people, because of the special effects of Endgame, might say, no, Star Wars can't hold a candle. Do you see all the stuff you see in Endgame? But I mean, it's a subjective comparison. Because
I mean, I would say that movies were made better 30 years ago too, because they didn't have the benefits of
but some movies
CGI.
don't hold up compared to stuff we see now. Be like, what?
That's true. It depends on what they're trying to do. You watch Bullet. Bullet works still pretty good.
Which one?
There's a Bullet. Steve McQueen. I mean, a lot of the old westerns still hold up pretty damn well because they didn't rely on anything. They relied on practical effects. It's when you started getting into things that were starting to be borderline. That's why George Lucas went back and redid them. I mean, and again, you can't have old quarterbacks.
Anything that's not in color doesn't hold up. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know. There's some stuff that's still okay to me. I mean,
yeah, I'm with Oz on that.
Good color,
black and white. I mean, the story behind how it looks.
Okay, here's my point though. With like Tom Brady playing as long as he has, he wouldn't have had that benefit 30 years ago. So do I just say, oh, so he can play longer, I automatically give him the GOAT? No, I got to look at it for in the amount of time that it took him to get this stuff. I mean, hold on.
But Chris, if he had a longer time or in different rules and didn't do anything, that would be your argument. But he had this a long amount of time, the same amount of time that quarterbacks playing in his era now, and he's smoking them.
That's these guys.
So you're trying to say everybody that played back then in the era is better players than the players that are currently playing now?
Not always. It depends.
Okay, again, so you'll say
wait. I mean, again, I don't disagree with you that it's subjective, but my way of picking it and your way of picking it is always going to be subjective.
So are you going to say every quarterback playing now or every quarterback playing then is better than every quarterback now? Because every quarterback.
Well, all the great ones. All the great ones back then are better than the great ones, the ones they deem great now.
Well, what did I say last week when we were talking? I said that I would put Montana first, Peyton Manning second. I think I said I'd put Tom Brady third or fourth.
You said third.
And Aaron Rodgers was like fifth, and I said, and I might have said Ben Roethlisberger. But anyways, and I think I had Favre.
Because you like one better than the other. But if you go on strictly statistics, who is the better quarterback?
See, statistics doesn't mean shit to me when you talk about it, because again, the players 30 years ago weren't ever going to make it as long as the players are now because of the way the rules work. So just like you say, you can't hold that against the players now, you can't hold it against the players then. So I can't always look at statistics as the reason.
So what do you use to measure their acceptance as being great, good, average Hall of Fame worthy. You gotta have some measuring stick.
What they did against the teams that were then that they were playing against then, uh, in some senses, there are, I don't want to say it's statistics. It is statistics within a certain amount of time. Um, there's a lot of things. That's a long conversation. We've already been going for 30 minutes, and we're only on question number one.
All right. Well, let's go to question number 2. Lakers didn't make a move. They did not make a move. People are chomping at the bit to get rid of
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook. They're just saying that he is just awful. Now I heard Nick Wright said on First Things First that he is the worst player in the NBA. Now I don't believe that. I just don't believe it. He's going through some kind of slump, and he brought his numbers like his numbers last year when he played for Washington were considerably better. They were like 22, 10, and 12. Now I don't know what it is, but his turnover rates is atrocious. One of the things I can't think what's the guy's name. Broussard, Chris Broussard said that what he would do if he was Dave Palinka or he was Fogel, that he would sit Russell down and say, "Look," he would show him videotape of people that won the 6-man award and say, "Look, Kevin McHale was one. I can't think of the other guy. Played for the Clippers. I can't think of, but there were very good superstars that made all-star teams that won the 6-man award."
Manu Ginobili.
Yeah, he was saying that he does not need to be a starter. He needs to be a 6-man, give him about 20, 21 points, a few rebounds, a few assists, and he think that would be better because right now Russell doesn't think he deserves. And Russell made a comment just earlier this week saying that he should be out there based on his past exploits. That's not necessarily true. It ain't what you did last year. It's what you're doing now. It's what have you done lately. Lately, he's a turnover machine. So, do you agree that Russell Westbrook should consider being a 6-man? Do you think that he can bounce back from the slump that he's in? Do you think that he deserves a chance? Do you think the Lakers made a mistake by not trading him? Alonzo,
I hate this fucking question because you're actually gonna make me defend Russell Westbrook.
Good.
But right here, I had a post and I just passed it. It said the Lakers lost to the Blazers. Hold on.
What up, Keely Chow? What up, Caleb? What up, Alternator?
What's up, guys? Much appreciated once again.
What's up, Tony?
Where is it? God damn it. I knew I should have kept it. I didn't know you were giving this question, though. But it says basically the Lakers lost to the Blazers, who are trying to trade everybody on their team, and Dame isn't playing, and Russ never played that game. So it seems to me like even when Russell isn't playing, they're still losing. So it seems to me like he's just a scapegoat right now, and they're way too old, man.
That's the answer I want to hear. You being objective and fair. That's all I ask you to be, man. Objective and fair. That's a very good answer, man. Very good answer.
The Lakers without Russ lost to the Blazers, who are literally trading everybody, and Dame isn't playing. Stop blaming Russ. The Lakers just suck.
Thank you. That's right. Right now, like you said, Father Time is on their back. They can't shake it off. Chris, what do you think?
I think that's pretty much the way you have to look at it. And the bad thing is obviously the Lakers don't want to remedy anything because they weren't willing to trade him. They didn't even try to make a move. So what does that say to you? That says, whatever. I mean, that's like, okay, you're at this point now. They're like 9th in the Western Conference right now, I think. And, when you're 9th, you're not out of it, but you got to play. You got to play to get to it. I mean, what do you got? You got a month and a half left. Mid-April is when the playoffs start.
Yeah,
like
about that.
So you got 2 months left. Now's the time to make a move and say, we got to get better. We got to do something. We got to find somebody that can come in here and inject some energy into this. Because the few times I have turned it on and watched them, they look sluggish. They do not look like the Lakers that I've seen in the past. And I mean, not every team's going to, I guess the way I would say it is the Lakers normally look a certain way. They've stayed with a very, I don't know. I don't know. It's the way they look. They look old. They look sluggish, and that's not how the Lakers have looked in the past to me. And when you don't go and try to make a trade, and I'm not saying trade Westbrook because again, like Anzo said, it doesn't matter if Westbrook's playing or not. They just haven't been winning. They're just not looking good. Granted, they haven't lost 10 in a row like the Nets have. Because when I saw that, I was like, "What the hell's happening?" Because I think at the beginning of the year we were talking that should be the Lakers and the Nets, and now it looks like what the hell's going on. But you can't blame a player for it. Now, you can ask if he's been turning it over a lot. You can ask him, "Hey, can you sit it down? Can you take a night off, or can you take some time off during the games? We're gonna play a little less. We're gonna use you, and we're gonna try to give you some more rest. So when you're out there, you're fully ready to go." You could try it, but no. What's this?
Here's
Oh, go ahead.
Here's a video I'm gonna show you where Shaq was at a game, Lakers game, and he called Russell over, and they trying to top it up a little bit. Because Shaq is defending Russell Westbrook.
Everywhere was you and Russ chopping it up. Now, whoever recorded it was talking so much we couldn't hear it. And I love your outfit. What were you guys talking?
Jack, are those flowers? What
Yes,
are
flowers. Yes, from the Bahamas.
Okay.
I was just telling her, like, people think we have an argument and beef. That's not the case. I care about Russ. He's done a lot for the game. And when you're that caliber player and you're not playing well, people take shots. I don't like to see people come at my guy like Russ like that. I'm watching, I'm analyzing. I was like, I finally see his problem. Like, he wants to do so good, he's going 1,000 miles an hour. I said, my man, slow down. Like the one play, he starts the fast break back there, and then he's fast, but not as fast as the old Russ. And then the young guy caught up with him. He turned on, I was like, bro, take your time, slow it down, and then explode. Don't give the guy time to react. Like, if you start back at 94 feet, full speed, guy going to turn, you get the react. So I was just telling him, bro, just slow down, just take your time.
So you said.
I think that Shaq makes a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't say it exactly the way I would have said it. I would have said, listen, when you get to that age, you got to learn how to adapt your game. You can still be the same player you were. You just can't do everything you used to be able to do, such as, like you said, run the length of the court. You can't do that. Now you got to take your time. You use the people around you to pass it around. But save that energy. And again, like I said, maybe some of it's saying we're going to put, maybe it's the coach going to him and says, hey, we're going to try to get you some more rest. We're going to put you in important situations when we need you out there, but we're going to keep you off the floor to let you at least be the top that you can be. I don't know. There's a lot of things going wrong in LA right now. And I'm not sure if that's the answer, but I don't even know if they wanted to figure it out, because without trying to trade anybody or anything, and I'm not saying Westbrook necessarily, but anything. What does that say? That says, oh, well, whatever. We are what we are, or we're going to figure it out. What does it say? I don't know.
Problem with the Lakers is they were on this, we need to win now, and it worked for that 1 year, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then they just got older, and right now the NBA is a young man's game. I mean, it's always been, but now more than ever. You got all these guys who are faster, can shoot better. So the Lakers needed to get younger, and they didn't. Some of these guys that they traded, like Kuzma, Ball, they're balling on the teams that they're on. So the Lakers gave up them as well, and you had those young bucks there. With them guys and Anthony Davis and LeBron James there, they'd probably have a better chance right now, even though I'm still iffy about the Ball brothers. But yeah, they would still definitely be better than they are right now. So Lakers,
I think that was
their own doing, their own wrongdoing.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's the same reason why, when Michael Jordan came back, Michael Jordan could still play, but he had nobody around him. So he couldn't do it on his own anymore. I mean, I'm not saying he could do it on his own when he was with Chicago, but he had a better chance of doing more and being able to take a team and say, we're pushing through. And it's like that now.
Yeah,
with the Lakers.
And that's the biggest problem too, because Russell Westbrook is still trying to play like he was when he was young. and he hasn't matured his game like a lot of these guys when they get older. Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, they all changed their game. You know, they
Exactly.
all became more smarter instead of trying to pound the ball and take over. So,
And then you get people like Kobe. Kobe's last year. He
Yeah.
just, that's why he left, because he's like, I can't do this anymore.
mhm.
He's like, and he didn't want to stay out there looking the way he did.
18-year-old Kobe can definitely do more than a 36-year-old Kobe. So,
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
But the thing is he had adapted his game as he went along, but at some point, you just can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Westbrook's there. Westbrook's at the point that, like Anzo said,
I think
he
Westbrook's
has to
about
adapt that
31,
game.
32. So
Right.
he got about 4 more years playing at peak level. But when you get to that 35, by the time start knocking, bro.
Yeah, but at the age he's at now, he needs to start picking his spots. You know what I mean? Instead of going full blast from start to finish.
You got to develop that mid range, kind of
Yeah.
like how DeMar Rosen reinvented himself. DeMar Rosen was in the conversation at one point of the season, being MVP. So he got to change his game up, man. Work on his shots on off season, man, and develop a different shot, a different technique or something. I totally agree with what y'all guys saying. The next thing is going to be Pippen and Jordan. Pippen is losing his damn mind. He's saying all kind of stuff. On a recent interview, a recent thing, he said that he was just as great as Michael Jordan. So I'm going to play that because Shaq responds to that. And,
Oh my!
Go ahead.
Discussion. If you say Kobe, there ain't no discussion. So I don't want to be in those battles with that discussion. Like, if I'm ever in a battle in that discussion, just take me off, because that means I wasn't really good enough. So, if you got to have all these people.
Speaking of Jordan, I don't even know if you can speak on this. What's going on with Pip, dog?
Yeah, Pip.
Oh, wow.
It's just add to the things that I've been saying. When you got two alpha males on the same team, you're going to have these problems.
Yeah.
Now, everybody's.
But listen, he said out of his mouth, Shaq, that he was better than Jordan.
He didn't say that. He never
Yes,
said
he
that.
did.
Stop it.
Yes, that man did. Yes, he did. Spice, am I lying?
Yes, that man did.
If that man said that in front of me, I'm going to hit him right in his esophagus. I'm going to be like,
Like
stop
this?
it. Yeah, I'm going to just chop him. I'm like, bro, do not finish that sentence. Stop it. He's trying, well, I don't want to put words in his mouth. I think he's trying to sell his book. He
You
may
think
be
so?
telling the truth, but listen, in this thing that we do,
Shaq, what you gonna do, George Shaq?
I'm gonna hit him right in his esophagus. A quick one too. Man, I'm way better than make him choke on his spit.
now, me personally, I have been a big fan of Scottie Pippen, but this sucker here make me saying take his ass off the 75 because he is smoking whatever the fuck he's smoking. He crazy. He is Jordan's Robin. He is Robin to Jordan's Batman. I will give him that. If you look at dynamic duos, you can say Jordan. You can have to say Pippen.
He was
Like him
he was
to
a
even
very
say
important.
that he is better than Michael Jordan is crazy.
He was a very important part of
Yeah,
what the
I agree on
Chicago
that.
Bulls had.
And Jordan
and
hasn't even
they're-
told him that he couldn't have done it without him. But to say that
Exactly.
he's better, no, I will never, ever drink that. You think I was?
No,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
I don't. He can go first. I think this guy's lost his mind.
He must be trying to sell that book. I know he done made
Like-
that new bourbon. I forgot what it's called. I saw it in the store the other day.
If you know what, this is what I'd say, and I'm not saying it'd be right to say it, but it's better than what he said. If I'm trying to sell a book, I say Michael Jordan couldn't have won all those championships without me.
Exactly.
That's all you gotta say, because that makes it sound it makes people listen to that. They're like, you know what? He's
There's
right.
some truth to it.
If Pippen wasn't there, Jordan wouldn't have. What was it? 5, 6? What was it?
They won 6, 3
Yeah.
back to backs.
And it's like, you know, that.
Well, I'm
at
sorry,
least-
2 back to backs.
Yeah, that at least doesn't sound like I was as good as Michael Jordan. Listen,
No.
kid, you know, you can sell books by saying he wouldn't have won without me.
I definitely agree. I would have bought.
I don't think you're going to sell as many books
Now I wouldn't buy
by saying that.
if it was $1.
Scottie
Exactly, that's
Pippen,
my point.
hands down, was better than Michael Jordan.
Man, what the
Oh
fuck?
my god!
Let me go ahead.
Kick
Go
it.
ahead.
Where is your
Where
whip
is the
that
pen
boy?
and paper?
Just
Oh my
boom.
goodness.
He
Where's-
must stand trial. He has control of the Senate and the courts. He's too dangerous to be left alive. I'm too weak. He must stand trial.
There is no way you even believe in that, Alonzo. I know you don't believe that.
Absolutely, 100%.
Kick him.
Yeah.
Throw his.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts? Didn't mommy and daddy show you enough attention?
Yes.
I gotta get you the full wide version of that.
Oh God. Yes. What is your malfunction? You on that same shit Scottie Pippen on now.
Jesus.
Interviews, making all food. I agree
Elihu,
what Chris
you know
said.
what? Elihu has been giving him some of his wacky
Yeah.
tobacco.
Yeah, some of that shit from Cali, boy. You better stay off that shit.
Jeez.
But there's even going a little bit deeper because Michael Jordan's father, I think he died in 1993, if I'm not mistaken. 92, 93, somewhere in that time frame. Scottie Pippen joined the team in 87, and Michael Jordan said to this day, Scottie Pippen never gave his condolences for his father's death to him. That's sticking in Michael Jordan craw, I think, some based on what I'm being heard. And people are asking now. I just watched the interview. Well, not the interview, but another YouTuber today talking about it. That if you're supposed to be boys and friends, part of the Breakfast Club and all that stuff, they were all those battles that they had with Detroit, and your leader, your friend, captain of the team, loved one dies. Why wouldn't you reach out to him? To me, there's something with that. If it's any truth to it, so. I don't know whether Pippen really liked Jordan. I think he just did what it was necessary to survive and reap the benefits of what Jordan provided or helped provide it. But
you know why, though? Because Scottie Pippen was always in Jordan's shadow. He couldn't take that. He did not like or want to be in Jordan's shadow, and he's been in Jordan's shadow. Even though Jordan should have been in his shadow, but I'm just saying.
Please, come on, bro. Come on.
See, this is where Danny and I speak the same languages about Jordan because I'm with him on Jordan all the way.
But Jordan
Brady,
played.
he's
But
fucking
Jordan
nuts.
played in a day. But Jordan played a time in the NBA where the rules were different.
For you speaking this bullshit you talking about now, Anzo, I really wish I could do that to you. Not hurt you, but just pop you good right upside your mouth. Because you know you're talking some bullshit now. Even though you don't like Jordan, you know good and well that he is not a second player to Scottie Pippen.
I'm going to tell you something here. The difference.
Hey, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you first.
The difference with Pippen here, and I think a good analogy is that Batman and Robin thing. He may have been in that shadow like Robin was. The difference is Robin figured out a way out of that shadow and made himself into a new person.
That's right.
He became Nightwing. You know what? I'll tell you who became Nightwing. Kobe. Kobe changed himself when Shaq left and became the guy. And said, you know what? I am the guy. And that's the difference. Pippen never was able to do that.
Echo chamber.
It's not an echo chamber. He didn't even tell me to say that shit.
But he said he agreeing with you.
I have totally agreed with what Chris Knight has said. I can't believe it. This is a first. Yes.
But that's exactly what it is. And he is just mad that he was never able to become that Kobe after Shaq left.
I agree.
But he did, though. When he went to Phoenix, he was the man over there.
Yeah, right. He never went to Phoenix. He went to Houston.
Houston. My bad.
Man.
Yeah.
And how many championships do they win?
None. Bartley tried to join with him. They was too old back then. He went to Portland. He went to Portland first and didn't make it. They got traded to Houston. They tried that.
Back to my point. Shaq and Kobe were in LA and won championships. Shaq left. Everybody was wondering, what's Kobe going to be able to do now? Boom. Kobe said, you watch what I'm going to do. And he did it again. And he said, I can be that guy.
Jordan never won a championship without Pippen either.
It doesn't
you know what I mean?
matter.
So
Doesn't matter.
Let's pull Scottie Pippen stats when he went to Portland, and let's pull Michael Jordan stats when he went to Washington. I guarantee you, Washington Jordan stats are better than Pippen's.
But didn't Washington actually get to didn't they get to the playoffs?
But you see, the problem with Washington is Washington had nobody. When he went to Portland, there was a few players over there who Scottie Pippen played with, so he didn't have to really be the man over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Man,
just admit it, guys.
I ain't
Admit
calling
it.
that shit up. Man, you trying to start. I ain't even calling that shit up.
Is this how it feels when I talk about Tom Brady?
Yes,
Really?
exactly.
Okay,
Yes.
now I understand.
What I'm just saying.
Because he's saying that bullshit. When you be saying shit about Tom Brady, we be like, what is Chris? What is he smoking? Is he not hearing what the words that come out of his own mouth?
But at this point, I'm kind of inclined to think that Chris may have a point. You know what I mean?
About what?
About Tom Brady.
Yeah,
Seeing is that this Jordan stuff came up, I'm like, you know what? It's not all that off kilter that Chris thinks Tom Brady is.
The difference
GOAT,
is
you know?
that the difference is Jordan is like Joe Montana to me. I'll tell you one of the things I go with on Tom Brady and Joe Montana. Why I think Joe Montana is as good, if not better, is because if you look at the years they played, they both won a Super Bowl like every 3 years of their career. So they're both right on par with that. The only difference is that Tom Brady played 7 years longer, and that's because of the time that they played in. If you put Joe Montana and that team in today's game with today's rules, he probably would have played 21 years. Probably would have had that many freaking.
I can't say that because Tom Brady and LeBron James put so much money into their body and into their fitness, and he eats a certain thing, and LeBron eats a certain thing. So they are the pioneers.
Joe Montana
for
notoriously was a good eater.
I ain't never heard none of that. I've never heard nobody talk about being a notorious good eater.
Oh, he was.
in that era.
Plus, they didn't have the technology then that they did have now, right?
LeBron James spent $2 million a year in the offseason on his body.
I still think that he would have played at least 5 years longer.
And, I was being facetious, of course, but I'm going to be real. Scottie Pippen has lost his mind. We all know who the real GOAT is. It's Tim Duncan.
God, there it is. There it is.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Are we going to football now?
Tim Duncan is better than Scottie Pippen. I'll give you that.
Oh, 100%. And Michael Jordan put together, combined. Put
hell.
them both combined? Yeah.
Yeah, you smoking some
So are you saying that in a 2-on-1 with Pippen and Jordan on one
Tim
side,
Duncan will smoke him.
and Duncan? Oh yeah,
Duncan will smoke him.
Wow.
Next topic.
I'm going to find you a shrink up there, Hanzo. You need to.
That cold weather done got his brain all messed up. I didn't think it was possible, but it damn sure did. Transition to football. Damn, dropped my mouse.
Oops.
Are you ready for some football?
First topic: Alvin Kamara. He has lost his mind. He may be going to jail. Him and some of his buddies during their weekend at the Pro Bowl, about 6:30 a.m. to be exact, just kicked somebody's ass.
No shit, really?
Yeah, broke his eye socket, orbital, whatever they call that body part.
Damn.
He must have started about 7 times himself. I heard one of his people running in his gang or his entourage kicked the man total of 17 times. He was arrested after the Pro Bowl game. He was released, but he's looking at 1 to 5 years in jail. Heavy fine. He's probably going to be suspended by the NFL. So
you know that the Las Vegas Police Department is actually appealing to the U.S. Attorney General to see if they can have the NFL investigated for one reason. They asked to speak to Alvin Kamara before the game, and they didn't make him available. I guess.
So they let him play in the game?
They let him play in the game.
Ooh.
But the L.A. police were asking to talk to him before the game.
Was it in L.A. or Las Vegas?
Well, I mean Vegas. I'm sorry, LV. But
Las Vegas.
yeah,
He definitely got arrested after the game. I didn't know that what Chris was saying, but I do know he was arrested. Reportedly, he was arrested after the game.
It says here our security team was contacted by the police in Las Vegas prior to the game, saying they would like to meet with Alvin. Oh no, okay, here it is. they said they wanted to talk to him after the game, but I thought it said somewhere here that they're looking at something like taking it further. But our team made sure that happened. So our security team did what they were asked to do and accommodated them. Man, that's just fucked up, though.
It's crazy, man. I don't like Alvin Kamara. I thought he was a good kid. I don't know whether this was just a bad time, but he picked one of the worst times to drink out the stupid cup because NFL players got a target on their back. He just made that target bigger because he is about to lose some of his hard-earned money, and he may lose his freedom. I don't think it'll go that far, but he definitely, if he had any what you call the people.
That's an interesting thought,
advertisements or
endorsements.
Endorsements.
Mm-hmm.
You probably done lost some suckers.
They have here a good question. Goodell was asked if criminal cases linked to the NFL players was because of Las Vegas. Now I would say were because of Las Vegas because remember Kamara happened. This just happened. Henry Ruggs III, Damon Arnett, and Nate Hobbs have all been arrested over the past few months. I think that's, we've talked about this, or I've talked about it in other places, that's one reason why the MLB has strictly stated they're never going to Vegas because of the betting, because of Pete Rose type stuff, and all that. Is this just another maybe pointing to this just isn't a good idea for these professional teams to be there? Yeah, I mean,
I don't think so.
NHL hasn't had an issue, but
you've had the NBA has an issue either.
Well, is the NBA there? The NBA isn't there, are they?
Well, no, they're not there, but I think they go during.
They have their tournaments there, right? They have their tournaments there too, like the D-League tournaments.
I mean, but 3 players within a very short amount of time. 2 with the DUI, and actually, I think all 3 of them were DUI. One of them killed somebody. Well, allegedly. Let's just be honest here. Allegedly killed 1 or 2 people. It seems really weird. I mean, I know other teams have this issue, but I mean that's a interesting point.
It's just these guys need to understand that they are making crazy amount of money and they need to stop acting like jackasses, man. You know what I mean? I would not. Do you think I would ever get involved in that game, Danny? In that fight, I would have sent my bouncers, my bodyguards, or whatever, and I would have bounced.
You couldn't have paid me to kick that man 7 times unless that fool had a gun or something, was trying to actively take my life.
Right.
That's the only way. But me just mad flexing, no.
Absolutely
I ain't saying he deserved to go to jail. But he deserved to have his wallet touched tremendously.
Facts.
Because he could have killed that man. That man got kicked over 17 times, I think was reported.
Well,
he definitely suffered an orbital fracture over his right eye that might need surgery.
Yeah, he deserves to go to jail.
The guy told police he tried to get into an elevator along with a group when another man pushed him and a group of 4 people began to attack him. And the bad thing is this happened. It said they're screwed. It happened at the Cromwell, which is one of our properties actually where I work. And that place is just covered head to toe. If it happened in the Cromwell, he's dead to rights. If he's actually, this is almost like the Hunt situation when it came out, that tape came out. If you're the Saints, you're going to look at him and you're going to say, okay, now's the time to tell us, did you kick this guy? Were you actually involved in hitting him? Or was it just people with you? And if he doesn't come out right away and say, yeah, I kicked him a few times. And then, because as soon as that tape comes out, because it's going to come out, if he's doing anything and he says he didn't, he's fucked 6 ways to Sunday. And he probably will never play again.
Facts.
Well, I mean, in this situation, I think the Hunt situation is a little different because if you look at that video, Hunt, he was, or not Hunt, is it Hunt? Kareem? No. Yeah, Kareem Hunt, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
he was provoked, I believe, but he lied about exactly what he did. There's a little difference, and nobody went to the hospital. Nobody was seriously hurt.
I don't see Kamara going to jail. He is too good of a player. He is a marquee player. I mean, I'm not saying it is right. I'm not saying that.
You don't think
the police?
Well, let me ask you this: you don't think a team like the Kansas City Chiefs kicking Lamar or Kareem Hunt to the curb because of a situation where he literally love tapped somebody with a kick and was kind of provoked into that? You don't think that is going to happen in the Saints?
I didn't say that.
He is seen kicking that guy multiple times.
Did Hunt go to jail?
He didn't. But here's the thing: if you have video of Kamara kicking this guy, and yes, what I'm saying is, but if Kamara is on videotape kicking this guy in the head, that's a different story.
No,
that is a different level.
Assault is assault. I didn't never say that he wouldn't get kicked off the team. I said Alvin Kamara is not going to jail. That's what I said.
This is a much different assault as Hunt. Hunt, that stuff was settled out of court. Charges were dropped.
Let's make that a fact of fiction and see who win it.
All right,
sounds good.
His ass ain't going to jail. I guarantee he ain't going to jail.
Okay, but Hunt, was it a criminal case or civil?
Yeah, he punched that white girl.
But they
but I know, but they
dropped the charge.
I don't know what they dropped. I guarantee you they're gonna throw money at this guy. I asked him money, and he is not going to jail. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just telling you how the NFL works.
Here's the thing. I don't know right now. Here's a few things. One, I don't know. I haven't seen a video yet. I'm not going to make any determination on that until I see that video.
Based on what I've seen in the NFL. If you are a cash cow, if you are a good player, they are going to throw money at you. Now, if you some bum off the street or something, or I'm just telling you, that's what I believe. I could be wrong. I'll be the first one to say, I got that wrong, but I don't think I'll get this wrong.
We'll see what happens, because I don't know. It's ridiculous, though.
Yeah, he should he go to jail? Most definitely, because had been any one of us, I asked to be in jail.
Facts.
Point blank. But we are not rich. We're not the privileged. We're not the famous. So we don't get those privileges. Okay. Another football question. Y'all happen to know who won the most MVPs in football, in the regular season MVPs in football history? I told you earlier who won it most.
I don't remember. And to be honest with you, I think
it's Peyton Manning. It was Peyton Manning that won 5.
I'll be right back. I got
no. Who's in second place, Anzo? You know?
I have no idea.
His initials are AR.
AR?
Yeah, plays up there in that team in Wisconsin. They call them the Cheeseheads. Help me think of his name. I can't think of it. What's his name?
I have no idea.
Sound like Duck Dodgers. What is it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, Anzo. Come on, man. Come on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know the guy that lied about taking the COVID shot, and I told
you Antonio Brown.
No. White guy, long brown hair, used to date Danica Patrick. I told you that him lying about this would not stop him from being the MVP. I think he won it last year too. What's his name? Help me think it. Might be going to play with Pittsburgh Steelers.
Fuck, I have no idea.
Yeah, really ask him next year if he goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers what his name is, and he'll tell you.
I'm going to pray to you from now until next.
Hey, look who's in the chat.
Please,
what's going on, Matt?
Rodgers go to Pittsburgh. God, please listen to my prayer.
You got a $10 super chat.
What's up, Matt? Oh, dog, what the hell I do? He said, maybe I overestimated Cowboys this season. You think?
Yeah.
But next year we will win the Super Bowl. That will have a better statistical year than Tom Brady. Yeah, he will. When Tom Brady ain't playing.
Have you heard though on Tom Brady's podcast or whatever he does? He was on some show and he said that he still is going to have to take some time to think about it.
I heard something like that. Yeah.
You better take his ass home.
There are people who think that there's some team out there that's already contacted him, and he's thinking
Probably.
about going back.
So you think?
Probably.
I think you know what? 2 weeks at home with kids definitely would change my mind.
Ooh, come to Pittsburgh. I'll take him over Aaron Rodgers any day, all day. Yes, Aaron. Hey, Mike Tomlin probably reached out. Mike Tomlin reached out.
Just like they did with Antonio Brown.
Man,
Gotcha.
I'm not playing for you.
Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna play for us.
Okay.
Oh shit, he better not. Why does that change your thoughts on what Dak Prescott's gonna do statistically?
Yeah, I'm glad he brought it. I thank you for a $10 super chat, man. I appreciate that, man. Do y'all think Sean Payton is going to be the next head coach for Dallas? That's what I think.
Could be.
Man,
And
if he does,
does Dallas make the Super Bowl?
No.
Not year one.
Everybody's blaming it on boy now.
Yeah, but I mean, if they had even won their first round game, then maybe. They didn't even win the first round game.
But they were saying it's on coaching. They blaming everything on the coach. They didn't blame nothing.
Could they go to the Super Bowl?
No.
I think if Sean Payton come there, within 2 seasons they'll be in the Super Bowl.
Yes, I would go with. There's a good chance in 2 seasons or so.
As their team presently constructed, I would improve my O-line because the O-line getting kind of old.
Mm-hmm.
If they can get some quality O-line players in this upcoming draft, and I hate to say this, I can't believe it's coming out my mouth, but Dallas gonna make it.
Think about what Peyton was able to do with the offense in New Orleans. That offense was just crazy good for a while there with Breeze. I don't see why he couldn't make that happen in Dallas.
Sean Payton? Yeah.
Sean Payton, yeah.
I think he is. Man, because Jerry Jones, man, is raced against the Grim Reaper. He knows he only got, I ain't trying to put no time in nobody's life. I hope the man live a long time. But statistically speaking, boy,
he don't have much time left, right?
Yeah, I know.
If you think that offensive coordinator, what's the offensive coordinator for Dallas? Man, Jerry Jones is not going to put somebody up. If somebody like Sean Payton's out there, he's going to go for a name.
He better, because if he'd have kept Jimmy Johnson, his ass would have had several more Super Bowls. His ego, his ego got in the way, and now he ain't touched the greatness in 20-something years.
But you see, that's the thing. Jerry Jones likes to have control. Will Sean Payton let him have that control?
Do you want to have control and lose, or let a little bit of control go and get the Super Bowl before you touch the grave?
You have to ask Jerry Jones that, bro.
His son better talk some shit. And this is somebody that hates Dallas Cowboys. And their fans fucking suck. Sorry, man, but y'all just do. But I'm telling you, I already told you, if Dallas goes to the Super Bowl, we're going to have to leave this planet. I don't know how we're going to do it. I got to get in contact with Elon Musk.
He did say this year he was going to leave the planet. Well, let's see. Call Elon Musk up or what's the Amazon guy that has the other company?
Get one of your stowaway seats on the next shuttle off of here, because Dallas Cowboy fans will lose their damn mind.
People have lived on the International Space Station for over a year. Maybe you could get a ride up there.
They'll lose their mind, but they'll deserve the championship. You know what I mean? It's been a long time. Dallas is America's team.
No. They don't deserve that.
Dallas is America's team.
Dallas is not America's team.
Yeah.
We don't have
Dallas is America's.
We don't have an American team now.
Dallas is the team that everybody goes to who doesn't know about sports. They're just like, oh, let me pick a team. I'll go to Dallas. That's what happens.
The merchandise look good, and they'd be like, yeah, let me rock that star. Let me rock that. Shut up. That's what I want to tell them. Last topic, which is back to NBA. These are the new Kawhi Leonard. What do y'all think of them?
They're ugly as hell.
Yeah, I rock them right there.
You like them?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't say I like them, but I rock them.
Are those the type that slip on?
I think they lace.
No, they look like they have laces.
They have laces. Well, some of them have laces that slip on too. So I don't know.
Some had a cane you can slip on and you pull that little string to make them tight. I don't like that.
He's doing.
Yeah.
He's got to deal with New Balance.
Yeah.
New Balance
Yeah.
gave him the contract. I think
Yeah.
last when he went to the Clippers, he got the
When
New
he went
Balance
to the
contract.
Clippers, yeah.
Bro.
And then he had that
New
commercial
Balance is
talking
like-
about he's the king of LA.
New Balance is like the 50s and up brand.
New Balance usually
New Balance is trash.
or a jogging shoe.
Well, jogging, orthopedic, their posture, and they got all sorts of stuff that helps with arches and stuff like that.
But you see, what happened was his father tried to negotiate a deal with, I think his father's age, his uncle, negotiate a deal with Nike, and they were asking way too much money, and Nike wasn't paying that much for Kawhi.
No.
So New Balance stepped in.
Kawhi Leonard letting his uncle fuck up his career.
Yep.
You won't have balls and say, "Look, I got this." You ain't the one out there playing. You ain't the one in the gyms shooting all these damn balls and all this kind of shit. I tell my uncle, "Hey, look, shut up."
Yep. His ass should have stayed in San Antonio, but no, you didn't want to.
You might be right about that. I won't even fight that. You might be right. Because it would have been his team now.
Yeah. Would have been his team, and Pop would have done what he could to build around him. You know what I mean?
I will agree with that. Show been in a better condition than he in now.
Yeah, for sure.
Matt said Jerry gave Bill Parcells control and they were better for it. Jerry's son, Steven, is running the majority of the team. I hear that, but I don't see Jerry's son on the damn interviews and on the damn podcast and the weekly shows. I see Jerry old ass talking all that bullshit. Those shoes are the personification of his goofy ass laugh.
Do we have any others?
That's it, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna drop out.
All right, you want to shout out your channel for you to go? Because we are wrapping it up.
Real Review 3000. Please stop by ADHD for YouTube. Also check out Chaos Central on YouTube. We're approaching the 260 mark. Like to be higher. Help us out with that. And then check out chaoscentral.com and on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. Just check us out. Thank you very much, Danny. Great show. And Onzo, I'll talk to you guys later, all right?
Yes.
All right, appreciate it. Shout out everybody in the channel. Mad, the Magnificent, thank you for dropping by, sir. I appreciate that super chat. All Senator, thank you as always. Caleb, Keely Chow, appreciate it. Tony Robinson, Drop Shop, Samuel Stokes, Guy Scar, I appreciate it, man. This was a good show, man. Like I said, I want to get it in before Super Bowl. For those of you that are geekheads, like
hold on. Don't let Danny fool you. Don't let Danny fool you. The only fucking reason why he wanted to do the show so bad today is so that he could brag about Aaron Rodgers.
No, that's not true. We spent more time on the first question than any other question.
Yeah, because we had to brush past that one real quick,
Yeah, I'm glad he got it. I would have preferred to be seeing him tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie. But I'll take that consolation prize being number 4. In fact, I only thought he had 3. I was surprised to see he had 4.
So who you got for tomorrow before we go?
Man, I really don't care. But I'm thinking the Rams gonna win it.
Yeah, I'm picking Rams.
If the Rams lose, I will be shocked. But I'm more interested in I was listening to another YouTuber, he's saying tomorrow, everything always saying that they're supposed to be doing Doctor Strange and a whole new thing on Moon Knight, and that Moon Knight Marvel usually plays their TV spots on the second half of the Super Bowl. So if any of you interested in that, catch it out. I also heard Black Adam. Not sure when they're gonna play that. Yeah. There was something else. I can't think what it was, but they're saying that Kevin Feige said, I got to find that interview where he's saying that Moon Knight is really going to be really dark. You're going to see a lot of violence. It's going to go a little bit further than when U.S. agent killed that guy in the street with the shield.
Oh yeah.
You see, it's going to be a little bit more than that. They're going to be a little bit darker, a little bit more violent than normal. So
interesting. That
makes me very happy and think maybe Moon Knight better. So, having said that, Onzo, what's going on in your neck of the woods, sir?
Not much, man. You guys know the channel, Bigger Forward Entertainment. It was a pleasure. It was fun doing this show, and fuck Aaron Rodgers. Unless he comes to Pittsburgh, then we're good.
I'm telling you, I'm going to pray that he. I want him to come to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm praying for it too.
I want him to set it on fire too, man.
I'm praying for it too. You know
I
why?
hope
Because
he
you're
come
gonna be a
there.
Pittsburgh fan.
No, I'm gonna be an Aaron Rodgers fan. I hope he come there and give y'all 2 Super Bowls. Then I want to hear what you're gonna say in comparison to old Big Ben that left. That's what I want. I hope that happens.
And you know what else, Danny? Because if they go to the Super Bowl, he comes to Pittsburgh, he goes to the Super Bowl. Who you gonna cheer for?
I'm gonna cheer for Aaron Rodgers.
No. Who you gonna cheer for? What team you gonna cheer for?
Aaron Rodgers.
What
I'm not
team?
cheering for Pittsburgh. I'm cheering for Aaron Rodgers.
That's bullshit.
You never heard me cheer for Green Bay? You always hear me cheer for Aaron Rodgers. The baddest.
Yeah, but if
man
you want fucking Green Bay to Aaron Rodgers to win, you want Green
no.
Bay to win. So when you're watching the game, hold on. When you're watching the game, right, and Green Bay scores a touchdown, you're like, yes. No.
Because this how you. I know how you go. I know how you are. If they go there and Aaron Rodgers play like shit, you're gonna be like, he didn't do shit. All up so and so did shit. So the defense, I want Aaron Rodgers to go there and shine and break all kind of records. So all you can say is who is better. When I say who is better, Aaron Rodgers. What? What, Alonzo? What do you say? Who's better? Him or Big Ben?
That'll never happen.
Yeah. If you go there and win 2 Super Bowls, he won't be better than Ben.
I still won't say it. Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Big Ben.
That mean he'll win more Super Bowls. He's been MVP more times than Big Ben.
Mm-hmm.
His pass to interception ratio is better than Big Ben's.
Mm-hmm.
So how is Big Ben better than him?
Still better.
In that scenario.
Still better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like how Pippen's better than Jordan. Same way.
Nope. That gonna happen. When it happens, boy, you ain't gonna want to put him on the show. You're gonna be like, I'm sick. I don't feel like coming.
I never run, bro. I never run.
If that happened, boy, woo.
I'm gonna send you a Pittsburgh Steelers T-shirt when they win the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, I'll wear.
No, not with him on it. Just Pittsburgh Steelers.
No,
it's gonna say whatever year championship.
We're gonna have their number. His number on it, 12.
No. I'll make sure it has a picture of Tomlin on it.
Oh fuck no. No. Unless you have something on the bottom like mess her up or money, I'll wear that.
Mike Tomlin, coach of the year.
MSM, mess her up of money.
But was smart enough to get Aaron Rodgers and win a championship.
You know he ain't gonna fuck with Aaron Rodgers' money. You know that ain't gonna happen. Well, anyway, people, thank y'all again. We've been in here an hour and 12 minutes. Tomorrow you can catch us at 7:30. We'll be doing the last episode of Book of Boba Fett. That should be very interesting. I'm interested in seeing what's going to be said. I've already seen some grades and heard some critiques. So be interesting. I'll be up for the challenge tomorrow. But thank y'all.
I hope so, because you weren't up for it the other night.
No. I'm gonna get my mind right all today, all tomorrow. I'm gonna be ready for it tomorrow. But thank y'all for coming by. We appreciate it. Until next week.
Peace.
Square one.